Finding ways to turn 1 to 10, 10 to 100. It wasn't about just being kosher with making a few dollars. We really wanted to make some real money in this game.
Money is an American record label founded by two brothers, Brian Birdman Williams and Ronald Slim Williams. The label is distributed by Republic, which used to be Universal Republic.
I am the sister of Brian Baby Williams, Ronald Williams. We grew up on Saratoga Street, and we lived on top of Gladys Bar, which was my mother's bar.
The Williams' father, Johnny, owned several businesses. One of them was Gladys Bar, which was named after their mother.
You don't even know Slim in the building, but he be thinking. He always thinking.
He always thinking, you know. You know, he like to be behind the scene, you know, but he putting stuff together, you know.
Slim kind of stayed under Mr. Johnny a lot. That's why he got that wisdom. Slim don't say too much. Slim was on the quiet side.
Johnny taught him to be the business and run the business.
I always respected my brother as my big brother. And we always just held each other down. Always.
He had probably 10, 15 cars. He didn't even know houses, everything.
I can recall him having a fascination with cars in his early teens. By the time he was 16, he had 7 cars.
And that's when I knew Baby was different.
They were just parked on the streets, like around the corners.
Cadillac Cimarron, a Mustang, a Suzuki Samurai.
He had the Audi with the white interior.
Impalas. Like the two, we had the 2-door and the 4-door.
A Buick LeSabre, a Lincoln Town Car.
The Taurus with the white interior.
He bought a Taurus and he bought a Taurus station wagon, and he put them loud colors on it again with white interior. And I knew then, I said, Baby is different from all of us.
Growing up in the projects, I was infatuated with money, jewelry, cars, power. Something we never had. 12th grade year, I decided to go to school uptown, so I went to Fauché. You know, I was playing ball and we was balling at the same time. But when I got kicked off the team, streets was the life.
Baby the type of dude to be running all day. Next time you hear from Baby, it might be 1 o'clock that night, and he gonna ask you, do you wanna go to the club? Then if he ain't go to the club, he gonna tell you to come by his house, y'all will play some kind of game or something. You gonna smoke some weed, you gonna drink some drinks, and that's it. They're gonna start all over in the morning or something. Baby was the first dude I ever seen on earth wear 2 watches. I ain't never seen nobody in my life. When we was come up, when he had 2 Rolexes on, I thought this dude had went crazy.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor.
They got in trouble and they went to jail. I'm a mother. Mothers are different from fathers. So I wanted to get them out of jail. Johnny said no. No. They do wrong, we taught them different. They're gonna stay in jail, we're not getting them out.
Being in jail made me realize this ain't where I want to be. This ain't how I'm gonna live. I learned all the tricks of the trade at a young age. Being in jail, I learned a lot. So when I do get on the block, be smarter, wiser, do shit my way.
It was a lesson that the brothers would take to heart. Growing up in their father's bar, they became huge music fans. The New Orleans brand of hip-hop called bounce gained traction in the early 1990s, and in 1991, Baby and Slim became determined, as Baby put it, to start a label and do something different. With influence from the Death Row Records logo, Baby created and did a hand-drawn idea of what the Cash Money Records logo would become. The label had released one album, The Sleepwalker, by 15-year-old rapper Robert Kilo G. Johnson.
For 12 years I've been sentenced to live in hell with no probation and motherfuck bail. The man wants me dead cause I told him what the motherfucking truth was. Suck a nigga's dick and get them cameras out my face cause
Then they went after Mikael Lil Slim Pettis, a bounce artist who was already a big draw in area nightclubs. It was during this time that Cash Money Records landed perhaps their most valuable asset, in-house producer Mannie Fresh. The label began to expand its roster by adding acts like Pimp Daddy, Mr. Ivan, Miss T, Magnolia Shorty. Birdman himself was called B32, and two groups, PMW Projects Most Wanted and UNLV Uptown Niggas Living Violent.
Back to the early days of Cash Money, I've had several folks ask me to ask you about Pimp Daddy. He was one of the first artists on Cash Money. So tell me about Pimp Daddy and then working with Pimp Daddy.
Well, Pimp, rest in peace, Pimp Daddy, straight up, you know what I'm saying? With all due respect, man. That man was a genius, bro. Pimp was one of the first artists ever to start actually singing in his raps. You know, that Got to Be Real, that was like a melody that he used to sing, you know what I mean? And
right.
A lot of artists started doing it after him. But he actually wasn't one of the first artists on Cash Money. He was the first artist on this label called Full Pack.
Okay.
You know, rest in peace, Big Fest. You know, it was Fest and Don Juan Records label, which was called Full Pack, and Pimp Daddy was their first artist. And what happened was Pimp wanted to be a part of Cash Money because that was our dude. You know, he was one of the first artists that actually started rapping in bars. You know, doing bounce rap in bars. He was amongst the first.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we used to run it with him in clubs and shit. He used to come in our hood and kick it with us. So he wanted to be a part of Cash Money because we was there. You know what I'm saying? So the story behind that is, you know, and it became history as well because Baby and Slim, you know, they told me and Pimp to go with their lawyer to get him out that contract. You know, they had it set up and they had a day in court. Well, we went and met their lawyer and we went there to get him, you know, out of his contract.
Okay.
You know, they couldn't be present, so, you know, they told me to go fuck with it for him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, speaking of Pimp Daddy, he was supposedly shot by his girlfriend's brother. What can you speak on his passing? And, you know, because it seems like, man, you guys lose a lot of legends to, you know, some sort of gun violence. So can you speak on, you know, the passing of Pimp Daddy?
Yeah, I remember we had just got off the road. I think we was coming from Lafayette or somewhere like that. And, you know, sometimes we'll drop Pimp off in a Magnolia. Sometimes we'll always drop him off in a different project. You know what I'm saying? But, like, his main girl at that time was staying in a Florida project, which was downtown, and we dropped Pimp off over there. And I don't know actually what happened with him and the female. You know, they have a lot of different rumors going on, you know, saying what was happening. But, you know, I don't like to speak on rumors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, anyway, it was her nephew. It wasn't her little brother. It was her nephew that ended up killing him. You know, I don't know how what went down that made him do it or whatever, but yeah, he was found dead in the project.
Pimp.